table. So we have our ice cream, hot dog, banana, and fries, which is our 3D items. We have our banana and hot dog. Now for the match to receptive, we're doing hot dog and banana. We separated these out 2 and 2 to get an idea of what sequence would work best. For this one, you do need these filled out at the top. So as you see, we have hot dog written down. This is where we'll collect the hot dog data. Banana written down. This is where we'll collect the banana data. So these are the match to receptive. These are the 5, 3, 2 prompting sequences. Ice cream gets its own data page. And French fries gets its own data page. So let's start with hot dog. Right, so we're going to start with a hot dog. Now again, because our first data point is going to be matching, so I'm going to hand over the hot dog, doesn't matter if it's the item or the picture, and say match. And right away, I'm going to give the instruction, touch hot dog. And because my student got a plus, oh, this is harder than it looks, a plus on both, I can circle plus, and the second one was receptive. All right, so I'm going to do that again. Match, okay, and that was a match. She got it correct. Touch hot dog, and the second one was receptive, and we got it correct. So in the actual lesson, I'm going to go a lot quicker. I'm going to do match to receptive a lot quicker. So let's do a couple of them pretty quick. And these we're just going to go through quickly and correctly for the first 3. Match, touch hot dog. Nice job, there it is. Whoops, that's not a hot dog. Match, touch hot dog. You're right, that's the hot dog. I keep reaching too far. Match, touch hot dog. Yay, that's the hot dog. So I know I went from match to receptive 3 times, and each one she got correct. All right, let's try an error. So let's make an error on the match. Match. Right, so now we have an error. So hold on, let me get my match. It's a match, and we have an error. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to come back and do a second match because we are just going to follow our error correction. Match, prompt it once, match, second prompt, do this, break her off to something else, match, and I'm going to do a partial prompt. So I'm going to, I did 3 matches in a row, and I actually did 3 prompts in a row. I'm going to come back to this again, match, touch hot dog, there we go. And hopefully I'm able to do a match to receptive now, and we got both correct at that point. This was a prompt. So that's in general how that should look. And what we are looking for is these receptive pluses, because that is our end all goal. So I would go back with a highlighter and highlight these receptive pluses. At the end, you're going to write that percentage down here. So % correct receptive and your % correct matching. That way we know what we're dealing with, because this is actually the reason we're doing all this. That's our end goal. Now we'll do the 5-3-2 prompting. All right, so now we're going to get on to the 5-3-2, and I'm just going to do French fries for this. With the 5-3-2, what this is we are prompting 5 times in a row and then testing, prompting 3 times in a row, testing, prompting 3 times in a row, testing. This is actually the old form. I redid a form specifically for this. So I will try to find the form specifically for this, because I actually redid a form for this. So what we are looking for is corrects in all 3 tests as to whether we can move into the next stage. So, and this gets a little tedious as well, because I am going to prompt no matter what. And this is all receptive, because remember, receptive is our end goal. Touch fries. That was a pointing prompt. Touch fries, which I can put as an M. Let me put that as an M as a model. I'll switch that up. Touch fries. Touch fries. Touch fries. Now for the test, I don't do anything. Touch fries. So she got A+ for the test. Either way, I come back and I'm still going to prompt 3 times in a row. If I can fade my prompt, it'll be great. So I will fade back to a pointing prompt this time. Touch fries. Touch fries. Touch fries. Now for the test. Touch fries. Great. So we got that correct. Touch fries. Touch fries. Touch fries. And because she got all 3 correct on that, then we would move to the next step. And if I can find the correct pages before Saturday, they actually have the stages listed for this, because I can't pull them off the top of my head right now. So now if this was one of those things where, let's say she got a plus minus, we would not move on to the next step. We would repeat this whole thing again. Or even if it was a plus minus plus, you have to have 3 pluses on the test to move on to the next step. And you really want to record your prompt level, because we should see that prompt level fading. We don't want to see the same prompt level for every single prompt. So we shouldn't see physical prompt for 10 prompts. We should see that fading out. Now, here's the deal. Her receptive skills are extremely poor. We all know that. This needs done every single day. This is extremely important. It needs done a lot. These sheets should be filled every day. This needs to be a majority of her session. This skill, she's been with us over a year now, nearly 2 years, and still doesn't have basic receptive skills. This must be done. All right. Another one that needs done every day, and this whole sheet really does need filled out as much as possible, is the echoic development sheet. Target sound in this case is mama, and you want to make it a clear sound, not ma 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 ma. So it really needs to be a clean, clear sound. And let's say our client's playing with with her toy. It's like, okay, my turn. So I'm going to move the toy to the side for a second. I'll try to mark this as I go. So this we do in 3 trials. So I'm going to do the first presentation of the sound. Mama. The client made some other sound, so I'm going to put an O for other sound. And I'm going to present the sound again. Mama. Wait about 2 seconds, and I didn't hear any sound at all, so I'm just going to put a minus for no sound. And after about 2 seconds, present the sound again. Mama.
Mama.
And if she says the sound, we get a plus, and they get the toy immediately. This actually counts as 1 trial. Now, let's go on to trial 2. So I'll present the sound, Mama. I wait 2 seconds. No sound, so I record that. I say the sound again, Mama.
Mama.
Child says the sound and they get the toy immediately. Nice job saying Mama, Mama. Now I can do Mama, 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 or whatever sound play I want to do at this point. I do not do the 3rd trial there because we've already got our plus for number 2. So I move on to number 3. Right, my turn. So I'll start with the first block here. Mama. I wait 2 seconds and there's no sound, so I do a clear presentation again. Mama. After 2 seconds, if there's no sounds, I take my data. Mama. I wait 2 seconds, and even if there's no sounds, I still give the child their toy or an item. So even if they're not making the sounds, they're still getting an item, a reinforcer for just kind of sitting there listening to me, being a part of this activity. What they're learning though is that if they do echo, they get the item they want quicker. This is why it's important to make sure that you're leaving that 2-second gap and that you're making your sounds really clear. Now, if anytime the child's really getting frustrated and upset, go ahead and end this and come back to it later, because this is not something that we want to create a lot of issues with. If you get confused, the instructions are written right there. Take your time and read the instructions. This again should be filled out every single day. And if you need to go down to the next line, just let us know that you continued. That's fine. If this whole page was filled out every day, that would be amazing. That would be perfect. These percentages are how many times did the child echo correctly on the first presentation. That's this first presentation. How many times did they echo correctly on the second presentation? And how many times did they echo correctly on the third presentation? When we consistently reach 50% on the first presentation, then that sound can move into an echoic program. That is why it's so important to do this every day and to hit it hard several times a day, because this is pre-echoic. We're not even at echoics, and we need echoics to teach language. So the echoic development procedure is one that must be done every day. for any kid that has this in place. And then especially for the child being discussed today, the receptive identification with our match to receptive transfer and our 532 prompt sequence. These have got to be done every single day. These are vital programs and they're not being hit every day. So we're really doing her a disservice if we're not teaching her these skills. So please get on this, because we also want to graph the difference between the match to receptive and the 532 outcome to see which is making more progress, which one works better for her. All right, thanks guys.